My goodness. I said, more part, more by more, and I said, more power, now, oh, catch a mouse, a massa. Power, not too many idea, mamono. Musumu, people really don't, as a Montiasi Bisa or something. A free and same we are. I feel not, I'm off on Yabre. Bank of Ghana, yes, in Cabet Messi. Bank of
termination of appointment.
Yes, that's a good example. Bank of Ghana, yes, Cabet Messi. That is.
That's the 100.
Oh, our papers more. Yeah, 100 people in Crawford. Yeah, you see, your farm mona. You see, DN, some P. Now, yeah, you are money now. I'm betting if you. Omonka Ghana home. Omodi Omonka Ghana home. Young fans say a mistake who cry near the farm. Now, mama probation. About say 4 months or say 5 months or say 6 months. Mas, I just have to be considerate. What I say? Sabio almost no eka Ghana home. Omukamia o mine and money bia no. Na so a dear pan on my a dear pan and 400 mu or my or mum so on a DA. And nam say a MPP Emran Sonia form na say DNT.
But Mampani Mahama Bai, I say Osha Sienwa no Bekaya, a letter from Jilos Debra, a honor termination of appointment. Let me finish what my jayo. Oh,
Bank of Ghana, tactical. Say, Okwabeka say you're on probation. Tam no swa. Ompa never foul. Ompa I am foul. And to ombe train, Yankasa before say, be train. Not tam no swa yakaso. Yama letter. But probation no survey, we don't feel satisfied. I say, yeah, more excuse. Yeah, terminate well. And you know who the assembly air quarter. Udru court cry, unibi, because. Yeah, before no crown, you say, yeah, for you be on probation. Some nations, yeah, I be with you and you say, but you say, and you know,
the reason
is that Omopomo, you are near the end is Wabere, Ababishim. That's it. Now, on my way, I bunusano. It's not helpful. Will be you've employment. Me at that day, Francis Avora, no money, quite no money, this empty. Yeah, no, me mutaka friends abuga pele. Ona na ye
oti we yuda.
Oh, me na ene Saturday
2000.
Yes. And yet 2008. 208.
Yeah.
Omu take over na friends saying ata na mutaka na minister for youth. Yeah, manpower. No, mu yi free manpower they call friends saying youth. Omu they are realigning the agency. Youth employment no mu call a friend say youth from manpower. A drew and Jebia na mutaka chiro a termination letter. Up to now I still have that termination letter.
No some why day.
Oh, I must say dear at the end of catch them so they are obiari apply. They will just write a letter obiari apply. Near Mamu just a month for interview. And one only am for near far Gama be a friend Hamdan. He became the Asokore Mampo, or mu creator Asokore Mampo, every municipal chief assembly or free on a cocoa first municipal chief executive. I will kumase. You will free youth employment or coho. Until we are on day, Sakare Minister of Environment. On take you over from me as director of communication. Tapsoba no munina. Until we are no Bank of Guys, nothing new. Ombe ye and Crawford no normally. Almost Crawford there. Abba show. So that's what we are building.
Yeah, twice we say MPP bar almost on baby.
Oh, say no be PK support so why? And I mean to say no all car a war you say. One year for almost a see in Omu say on my appointment is contaminous with what?
That was President
Sanity. And to loosen the idea almost somewhere there. Mamun chain and some Musumoko. Well, say a politician Sanya. And to say they say we should have found a way of curing it. We should find a way of curing it. Say Bank of Ghana ya farm for Namwaba. Say Musumu Crawford. So you just add your own. No money to pong. Because we're all Ghanaians. One of you be brain to my John Mama. If the resource is anything to go by, be brain to my John Mama. Oh, now see the solution. We are random sampling per what is there. Let me catch up, even though not scientific. But per what were the resource na yanya. We need part 10. The chances are that 7 people voted for John Mama. The chances are that some people voted for John Mama. Looking at the results now, looking at the way your party as I report on. 7 people voted for John Mahama. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
And to back, I say, you owe me about 50-60% to my John
Sanity. If the results that is before us and the performance of your party is anything to go by, I can tell you that. As scientifically, we hear random sample of 10 people, 7 vote to my NDC. And now one way results, you have less than 100 people in parliament. That alone should tell you, less than 100. Less than 100 people in parliament. No more than 130 plus. And you know, Masa, me match me a microphone here, you be brain to my NDC. So Musa Papa.
Sabi Yamra fee, Yaka, Nina Bato, and a cofa de CA Ediaba. Sabria, the new Patriotic Party, prepare towards getting one more member for 2028 elections. At the end of I mean, you've been a party member. What would you in 1992? What
I mean, we joined in 2006.
Okay.
2006.
What baby,
Yes.
and I'm saying a dinner.
Because that time, now, a friend, Rita Soben and a National Women's Organizer. And so me joined from Talisi 2006. That was the time when I joined the party. What do you say? So say a party no say the see kono. Me help as far as your party kono eye. And kabomu ne, you know, a yaw. Yeah, what we did the rank and file of the party. And how is say?
Okay.
And we say party no, we should be able to, you know, iron out people's differences. What do you say? Nipa no bebre, party no bebre no, they are still peeved. Bebre no a yaw, bebre no. Young fan say, omo bre ya party ni jina ni nanso deɛ ɛkɔso na aduane ne bae na afɛ de yɛ di a ɔmo nka ho bi no ama nipa bebre e di eyaw e da so tifie. That should be the first point of call. God the meeting ne say atim ɔmo fi say yi a friend say flag bearer na ne nyina no che say eno ano or something or that will prevent the party. No, that opportunity, because so far apart from team na your mom so mo call run emphasize a DNT an idea na ma ya party no edi nkugo sa no me share the any reconciliation moves bia me region by region bia na so constituency by constituency there should have been a conscious effort by party hierarchy.
Oh, constituency be
me more talent but me to Oyara, so I'm active in Medina.
Okay.
But in both areas ni nyina.
But we are active for Medina.
Yes, as well as talent.
Medina bibi koso.
Oh, na send the usual party friends saying every day the so e dey na koso party no a general party no hwe koso the koso no ye ya no ne, you know, this unhappiness any blame game no eno na koso na kakra no so e wo ha ya mo ni abre on person mo pe positions no on social media no actively, whether it's in talents or it is Accra here na Sibia na man for tutu omo din so, you know, aspirant to be say virtually everything is now on social media. Okay, but on the ground now Kasano, really what is there? See on the ground party as far as the parties go on the ground then is it who be you know, you just remember and some see, you know, now masri now for the mo kai ye kasa no mutie ye ka this what goes on apart from the day na koso
ni omo ka say ye flag bearer and term so no e nkoma e wo party nim ye ma ye polling station elections and sana ye de atoa so akopem national e nkoma e wo party nim e he na wo gina.
Wow, me as a student of democracy and a governance, almost say power resides
in the people.
In the people. It resides in the people. Who are the people? From grassroots to the top. Demo means what? The people. Cracy means rule. From Greek, the Greek word democracy. That's what has been coined. And you know, and very often democracy is about from everyone saying the grassroots to the top. And then so say party edit new proposal ever mostly is going to be a bottom top to down approach, you know. Emna kakra. Emna because so far obian can enchiro your party bar and I say party no as a whole. Say sainty and I sainty na ye have a new approach, you know. Obian can enchiro bia. And one say ye kai and then reactions from various people. Odias enti yekasa sisi ye bebre be dudu na enhyeda enim edienti na sa approach eba dudu na enhyeda ni approach edienti na eba odias enti no ayesa no ama nipa bebre no di nkomo no kra omo are not able to say well informed argument because so far no nobody is able to tell me nim dientia that approach in say bia the top to bottom no ba na yaw no ne the amount for empana na say the yaw na amount for no ewom no na ebesamba for mo say mintiase so far no mintiase nobody is actually telling us anything antina ma sisia no nipa nhyeda udi nkomo no kra na uni because me person may to conjecture na yet to say bia udi nkomo no against party and I say but so come on near pe come on ntinu I was say ye niema ebe ma party no agina pi o just say ama party no manu etu abana na omudi friend say kuma pa na eyi akokoto eyi abano but say I said, "Womo ye bibi niema bi say bottom to down, I mean top to bottom no to favor acufo-addo said mintiase. But as far as I'm concerned, no, the here ne say party no be here.
Ma omanya flag bearer and intem no atumi aye adwuma che ansana.
Nti yaw na wom no flag bearer no be there how is he going to solve that matter? That's the first point of call. People are in pain. And reconciliation, we are not getting it. Electoral fraud does not. I don't know. Just how na a party no, and I say how na party manu age no, is going to go away. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. We must consciously work and unify the party. No, obi our problem biano. You no more tieno. No more anu yibi wa. No more yachre no. Oti ase obi wo pain bia na se bibi ha na mo timi asusu acha se bia se na se se na eno say ya ye a friend saying do
you feel say the AC chrono say o man je niam year 2028 be din
ma on bi asem the problems ana niema ema party say the bia am of new year nkrofa na ankoto aba nipa 2 million plus na nkoto aba adenti no mo nkoto aba nipa 2 million plus I am party for ana say 100 officers nkomo to aba man o mo nkoto aba no have they found out
now okay adenti no mo nkoto aba
me na minka team no but what I do know say titru na last week me can titru bread and butter issues are very key. Bread and butter issues report kwa ama for afede na niema omo de port ba niema kra omo de niema ba port kra yam fa port e fa Togo aden what was actually going there na de economy na finance man want ana no nte I mean there were so many things you can't be anti look at where it has landed us so disgraceful NDC is more attractive than MPP I mean how can this be
oh we a party but I can say Yema Molusu, but also Bobo being so or Caport assem. It seems say Ibu Hodia Unim.
And now Koto once in a chair at the chair of a corner 2 6 at the chair of a corner 3 6. Why?
None are buying one.
And this by oh surprising as I still look at Ayabino. And this by a moment magic green Abagana. May
sure say and this are buying I.
No so mobile to say as a near my buffer.
Okay.
As a near buffer, look, there's that feeling of as a kakra. There's that feeling that the temperature is coming down. I'm here, I'm in this country. Yes, I'm in free space. I live in this country and I come to this market every day. What do you say? There's that feeling of near my air buffer from kakra. See the your town there say. Eden and air 10 something.
Okay, then.
Miminim.
The only ones are buffer.
Yes, that's the reality. That's what I'm seeing. Now when you are not no money. Masa, mama men can someone now from a customer do matter. But you were telling people in Jubilee House it to cost us power. How many people now only from on phone? How many people? How many people will you take a phone and call them now? Will they pick their phone and listen to, even if you have a suggestion? How many? It was part of it. Reshuffling. How many times in your car I say reshuffling? It was part of it. Nipa baku di na kwa national service. E didn't see her. National service. Or size bene no microphone. Sign him go way. What does it mean?
I say for now there will be who default.
What is almost sikani bi o master teacher sikani bi? What?
Woman aka whether say no kra na anya no kra na. We don't know.
You see, this not pretend as if this ostrich gamer, you put your head, you bury your head under the sand and behave as if, or there's nothing. Let's call a spade and confront the issues and make the party look clean and deal with the issues towards 2020.
Yeah, okay, kind of. What it means, they say Ghana for no 2028, and that's what the power mamu.
See, that's what's going to happen. This now a reform party. And it has to start with we the party members. It has to start with we the party members. I'm saying, sir, the temperature in the partner is too high. We must work at it and douse that temperature.
A temperature, okay.
A didijana na ye experience.
So say opposition tie didija de o kan ho asem sabrea.
Say yaw no da so wo ho.
Okay.
That pain is still there. That reconciliation that needs to be done. Yenyenye, my brother. Yenyenye. Sir, friends, Professor Mike Okwe report. No. It was just to find out what led to where we are. And we all know what led to where we are. And I'm saying, titru a economy. Titru a economy. But within the rank and file of party, no dear, ne didija. Ukasa yentie, ufra manfo aye no mo what trenches are fed your mania baby agina no carry. Obi entie. So all these things we don't want to be mentioning them because to turn them on to wash out.
What you are saying this is a paint call from na party in your baby. Gentle can say opposition, no any opposition abeka na kwa behem wana abeka. No opposition to can and share anya there a problem.
Master politics na here no. And some maybe we okay. One any pana for whole time.
Okay.
O kanu kra no. Say be say Kennedy kanu kra o say why then why or say party. The honorable Kennedy be be an o tie na year out mo say o pe party ni year.
Yeah.
And so na yes Kennedy na enye. Yes Kennedy na enye. O tie Kennedy really anytime he speaks there's always a cause for Kennedy, Honorable Kennedy, to say something.
More cancer what they no kwam bet me when the power no me adwin.
Oh, one never win the power, my. And you can't never win the power, my. Have you been going to the grounds to listen?
Oko for almost saying.
Kennedy na echo. Honorable Kennedy na echo. In fact, it's causing problem even within the camp of the NDC.
I see.
I'm telling you. NDC for him says Kennedy bar. Omo for no my line or upset omo ba be match. Most of them can match Honorable Kennedy. Omuni. So they are permutation, they are changing it. After when they bet me a match Honorable Kennedy. Honorable Kennedy is out of the ordinary. When you're a lawyer, you're trial lawyers in your money. When you're a businessman, what do I say? He's bringing the business aspect of governance. He's bringing the business aspect of governance. Also the bar, how things work.
The last election, 2024, you're sure say one no quite win power.
Well, to me, NCP because the dynamics keep changing. But me feel and the way I lose, it won't be so. Because one of the things that yet, and as I'm often can say, Nana do buy now or buoy, and I say near my year. As most of the problems, your candidate, Honorable Dr. Baumia, people couldn't disassociate himself from that. Until vote Dr. Baumia, that's indirectly, no. What would my friend saying? Nanado. This was one of the things that people were saying. Never no more can ebini. Oh, yes, yeah. And no me fee say.
Almost the no more Ken.
Ken's style of said or saying in Niamano are different. Me dear me who are different.
We see for my almost said.
Anna, the brain say or no na or bar or bet me didn't see from say. ya fa wa ba adwuma mu na obi fra more information kra na peke na otia ono ba ho a you be dealt with. Kenny obi a ya fa wa adwuma na ye no na party no diema o adwuma wo ye no ya fa wa adwuma na ye na ebe say party ni din a otia wonye din entimi massa 4 years na ya fa ho no na de no be reshuffle. Honorable K will not allow that. When in nane aye niema a party members 90 MPs 90 members of parliament ne call jubilee so person more president because no person weekend or more susu check yes. What does that mean? What does that tell you?
But I been also cancer, Dr. Bawumia is a nice gentleman. I mean,
but we're in opposition. He's a Nigerian, but we are in opposition. Is it about being gentle? That's part of the problem that we have. I want to mean for nice and be assertive. That's part of the problem that we have. Because me, my man for Eka. So, well, you're too gentle for the politics that we are doing in Ghana here.
Okay.
Exactly.
Or fit into the Ghanaian politics.
Oh, no, was not cut out for this. He's a fine gentleman, a technocrat. Now, your politician, Buga, now, and yes, what's sorry, and now, you are able to deliver those tough, thick scheme. Now, what they are from what? The gentility, but when I say a politician, it won't work out. So, this has been the differences. Yes, some of us, if he say, won't try Honorable Kenya, how it is going to match out. We have tried the technocrats. Book, no money, doctor, no money, lawyers, no money. We've tried them and we've arrived here. Mama, a businessman, also finding the Emranier.
Oh, yeah, business, oh, yeah, into business.
I'm not into business, but I'm talking about Honorable Ken. Okay. And then the approach. Near your heart is going to move. Oh, I said, that's also another angle. Yeah, you just say, also, how things are good. Near Manu, a bit, how is it going to turn out?
Even more cancer, this is a young democracy. Fina, Yuguswa, you build a country. Here will be a said, okay, or Nenabisi form will be at least obey my human face, crack, near the call. What do you say to that?
Human face is a mintias here. Mumania man say. Monem Crofona, you have been in the trenches. I'm walking, Nanyamia Buamonamaji to me. No, now if you're not about be a Didibino, Obi Catcherman, our tamale. Say, can I say, Yempia, Omutuika, Napua, Omquaja, and Ejana. Oh, what can you know? Sanity. You're Pia can 2 years. No, Omuquano Giant.
I said, I have be a Onimba mere breaking, Tino. As a reader, and Tinesa Musa driver. You as a guru, Zanet is a driver. But when I did not form now, not can I say fire arm fire Kojayan. Yet also, you can't be in a party no baby a one. Yana Gina form were part of the reason why we are the parties where it was. And that party you can is even difficult to defend the party. I didn't pass a cop. Program say open so what party na end because the CNPP party na one why no kasa party for the tea.
Well, this year moment here mean to me in kasa say and as say but as me tell me say can if it looks at the center cannot even hold but also na general secretary no say chairman went tiapo chairman na kasa say I opposition you should have taken charge or the leader of the party should have taken charge by our constitution. The power no and as a partner abedi omunsam but the chairman in tiapo until general secretary comes and so general secretary no also why busy so I just don't know but me say from what I know in organizations
the entire party say general secretary no you just one person.
Yes, but he should lead the charge. I don't know whether they are not being informed of what is on the ground or something. I don't know, but he should lead the charge. Total reconciliation. Party members are not happy. One tiana. You see, who say and run so toy and who say want it. I don't chance well. Until there was one. I mean, who party no, the effort towards reconciling party members. I mean, that's the first point of call. People are peeved. A diligenti. How can party members who buy a bekusku na upese obi mwa no si betueska? Ejuma pai wa baby was a bit me nkabari se mkuta mpieji. I just finished my MPhil. I should be having a PhD. You win the power, and I'm saying in 4 years' time or 8 years' time, power no come to it. And I'm start to call Jubilee. I don't want to mention names. Omutosim is Jubilee House. Omutosim is Sana scholarship by this $2,000. Mom, I said I want your scholarship. How can that be?
More money you're here for.
People in Jubilee House. Don't let me mention names.
Mentioning names. So come more. Jubilee House now big. Indeed.
In fact, some of these things, this all the town. Let me mean. But when him say me no, one I know me yes and on me two party. One I know me yes I was Jubilee. No, on me two. Until me no one to me can't just.
1 hour 4 day or BBR now.
Me pushes a letter. You gave me $3,000, which is about 20,000. That's 200 million. All Ghana is 20,000. No, me call me Enfield. I should have been finishing a PhD by now. Your bad day one. Now, Obiti said me, empty scholarship within this government, this party. Who else can get a scholarship?
Scholarship a year for the needy and brilliant. But so needy.
Very good. Me needy. What did your move benefit here? If you are making a comparison, what did your move benefit here? Say this number.
If one no.
One benefit. Even those who are living in UK, they are well established. Works there and scholarship. Masa, your party has me told you I don't want to be saying it because it will tantamount to something different. Yeah. People would think that the party now banner you are washing the dirty. It's so painful.
Because a feeling now.
It's so painful. Look, okay, scholarship has the two party platforms. You will see the reaction. You see the reaction. It was across board. Just say, party no winning a farm man for so among they just thought so among kwana adjust or medidi and tino oh bear who cry no obetimi abo as a party bar oh boy intelligence for 3 solid months you free an apa 8 just an ajuba 2 and 3 and sana abafie mini do anap the gentleman who contested the primary reference the by election yanina bisano or man play kuya pe ya ye free na pa eater ye baba team no na just anaju 2 for 3 solid months that led part of our winning of this ayi yenyina kakra from various constituencies made us to win power ne ko duru ho a afedie
ye kwa ni mo no dia na wo hwe ani mo se wo se party ne
Master, we need to reconcile this party. That's the key thing. And Kabomini here first. We must be happy with ourselves. And we need to do more elective flag bearer and then Nipana or more party than you more there because a year will be and I did Jana said they were unfairly treated. It won't help us.
But what can say we see from our people are calling for Kennedy Agyapong without Ken, what did you say about it?
Well, says you see, I know a year, being a student of research, I would wish to say, research,
okay.
Yeah.
A form say. I agree with you.
Being a student of
research.
Sanity. The two parties never approach anything scientifically. The two parties, from what I have known in this country and being around, none of them does anything scientifically. Director of research. Super. But apart from just looking at the elections, it's not approached from a scientific point of view. But me feel say, with your problem now, you want to say, towards 2028, let's be scientific a little. Then deploy your friends say, social scientists, no more ground, and they will be able to come out with a formidable document to guide us as to why you didn't acquire. A bit me aboy for 2028.
Oh, tell us what can say one of your constituencies.
Yes.
A whole form. Oh,
that's what they are NDC. and they are from NDC. The only time I win here, not John Tia, the late Apollo, may his soul rest in peace. Then the people were tired with him. And for that time, your friend cries and memorandum. So, me mean to me because I have a good idea of what it takes. Because I've contested primaries there before. Intiminim. Sometimes nipa niska nipa ni edwuma ntimi nko na ye current tongorana the current parliament chief no ono na buy out
Then he won.
Or he won. Until Okoye no about the second term. Now we see from now. Okodi, a friend saying the chieftains or in by-election by. Since then we haven't won. Since then we haven't won the seat.
What about presidential? A close.
Oh, presidential they are close. But again, it depends on how your candidate works and teams are with a friend party members.
This time around, of course.
Oh my brother, you're terrible. You're terrible.
Worse.
It was worse. After Dwanab not left the place, Nipa back with Beji, and the gap was just too much.
What about presidential?
It was terrible. It was terrible. Because generally, now election was as 10 years Hong Kong. General Ghana,
but now it was expected, say, apathy beba.
It was expected.
Yeah.
Sir.
Now, 8 years the you don't see it say obiabi piece or kotwaba at the amount. But the only way away to me they are resolve our apathy problem. And let's bring different person who be there from the Muslim community from the north. Sebeya omunobeja to say first of it can ye any sebe to me enya ho vote na ma be to me I take over their party from other side. But the one also amfa
me ukasa na mintiasi ukasa na mintiasi
and your question ni ana bi no mo can say I remember the then Ashanti regional minister Samuel Mensa or say the only way to defend is to attack.
Sanity.
This time around no, they are going to attack from the stronghold of the NDC.
Sanity, which is from the north.
From the north.
Sanity.
Hoping say north votes because if you attack from there and you're there ubenyebi na ha no take off from kura then what me they had and ababishim. That's what I mean.
My main case you see, what Ghana have before the election, and you are not objective observer. Not the last election. Do you know why I said it was still possible? That phrase, it was still possible.
It is possible.
It's possible. It's possible, but we knew the odds were against us.
Okay.
But there was a possibility. That was the meaning. It's still possible. What was still possible? The possibility that we can still break the 8, was there. And then said the odds were against us. Why you wanted to be objective? The economic situation of Ghana at that time before the election was just too unbearable. Every research pointed to the fact that we're losing the election.
Was it not Russia-Ukraine war? Was it not global?
Probably it was only Ghana that was affected by the
problems.
It was only Ghana that was affected by the Russian-Ukraine war.
The global.
Cote d'Ivoire was not affected. Togo was not affected. Masa, you said tunim dahwa. We just messed up. Simple. We just messed up the economy. Simple.
Sabi nyabotre nkomo na yedi ena nkrofo nso tie. Nansen ya President Mahama ekoba Israel for ntokwe. Obe announce ye say wa taxes say wa monhwe no montoto niam ye because onim say nyabotre ya me makwa ma akasa bebre ntime me busa ma asema nyabotre onim say e be affect ye enti no omonhwe no omon entoto omo niam ye which means say problems to be free baby na abe affect ye me ba nyabotre nzo ka say na Cote d'Ivoire ni ho na we ni ho problem no dey be affect ye na mom ne na bia ya ntoto ye niam ye menim say na person ka dey
sanity na make no hwe so ka represent a President Mama say one ka kra ye because this country is vulnerable. The leadership of both NDC and people on betena akwanya no so sometimes I wonder this is a country say oil nya koso kakra pe we are in trouble. Over 20 years we can't find a solution to it. One have sunlight here. We can't find a solution. We cannot think out of the box. Holland, they have nothing. What they have is water, land below the sea level. Also, they have some small they have advanced them to take advantage. And to answer the global pressures, and I say global take it a long time. So President he's taking precautions because he said very soon because next oil no is $80 plus.
Yeah, it's possible say next week pump back also.
Sanity. So what do we do? How can we move ourselves? Gas, gas. By this time, gas. Almost the whole of Accra every house will be using gas. Even vehicles will be using gas. Even vehicles.
So we need a leader or yeah.
I mean, of
course. So.
Oko Germany. I was in Frankfurt, or even the whole of Europe. Food, ebiane, it doesn't go by road; it goes by rail.
Train. Train.
Nti, who increase fuel affect ebiane. Dutchmark. That's an name for Dutchmark. And to talk. Frankfurt am Main. That was what I was. The main friend said to bread, and I said BBC a friend said a Dutch marker. For 2-3 years for Obabano.
The same price.
Same price. I'm talking of food, which is a big problem in Ghana here. Why must it be so? Food. A cocoa no cocoa 150. Chocolate produced in Ghana, Holland, Korea. The number of the different types of chocolate bread in Niama Ghana per chocolate to this 20 cedis.
Dear Nama all these years yen to me
your leadership, the people who put in power, they say they just don't know what they are about. It's as simple as that. When I was doing development at UCC, every time in lectures I did development master's level at UCC. Because I don't understand how this country is being run. I think that the leadership must go to China for tutorials. I'm telling you. China made sorry what I knew about the near rice and the Buzanga Volvo. And then China, America cross rule. And then no more yen or what yentiminebua. And there are over 1 billion people. Over 1 billion.
And you think you see sir Ken can do the difference?
Well, a businessman, my brother. There's a business approach that this country needs. And yet technocrat and answer rhetoric and answer book. This country now needs a businessman's approach to doing things.
I didn't hear.
So that we come now. Yahwa kakra. Me say eduane, and no eduane. Come market or go eduane. Akuko na yesen. 150 200. Why must it be so? And now 1 kilo was 1 pound was a dear. Kubisa. Why must it be so? I confirm on near 250 gas and they call Bulgaria 150. And nobody sees anything wrong with it. Nancy no oil abba from Nancy. A gallon of such yellow cooking oil. Honestly, this country. Oh,
it shall be well.
I. Because when you travel out there, you come to this country. Oba. Oh, you really don't get the head and tail because say they see a nyema will come hano. Mintiasi. Missy cocoa. I was sending cocoa every morning. Every school going child be a cup of cocoa. Once a cocoa drew.
Yeah.
Is that possible in Ghana here?
It has to be possible.
And why is it not?
Leadership.
Very good. Cocoa. And when you say the free baby nabo, a honey a cocoa. And a cocoa a buanipa. Apomedi a buanipa. And then every school going child say every morning school be a call get a hot cup or a cup of cocoa drink. Why? This I am a catcher as we have been doing in this country. Leadership. Kasa. One district, one factory. One district, one dam. Very brilliant idea. Where is it?
Yamutu. Collapse.
The leadership that these two parties are producing.
Yeah.
Oh God. Gas. Gas. We should have piped gas from here to Paga. And consciously ensure say gas no be very. So you reduce your dependency on your friends say petrol niama. What you say? So that anytime world market $100 or $200 you are not too much worried because your dependency has been cut down. What you say? It should not be more than maybe some 30-40% of your income and I say imports niama. What you say? It was all because of liquid fuel. But Yambas and gas and air power thermals now air power generators now. Do you have a problem? Because we are flaming gas. When we just have a Bacatria, Mintias and the bag of rice, Okokroma, say. Oh, yes, yeah. I don't get it. And to know, Massa, Honestly.
And Honorable Abraham Jumaudum says, good morning. What we need first is the atonement to the whole nation and then follow up with a party reconciliation at all levels. Atonement. It's so sad when bold and fearful people become arrogant. Time will surely tell. Ken is Ken, and the leopard can be a sheep. What people are saying is no Ken, no vote. Okay, Redu Buahi. Also, yeah, that's it for joining us. Mommy, me da say okay. Maybe I may share one seminar and also yedi home and combo. Sabik, from now going, I mean, what is your wish for this country? Free Sabri, Aircrow. Franco Trading Enterprise for Adaroma. One more my phones, beer wunim, or more my tabletop fridges, refrigerator beer wunim, or more de my, or more my cameras, or more my iron, or more my kettle. Afi be beer mafia kama, or more boy ama to me CCTV cameras. Na beboa am yetimi aboban we ye niema hodo a Franco ton ko online francotrading.com obekọ no mo niema ni nyina wo ho obese otobi abetimi ato ebedi ho nkomo otuaka ye mfamrewa e de bebro se de da bia me kan Franco nko a na e company o Ghana ha se ya sa wo pe bibia ato ebi ni ho e ma 24 hours the next flight ya eba be bia product no bia na ye de bro ye ho na auto ade na asemba ho na de ba ye gi esan ma foforo. Yeah, up to 40% discount. Franco was a phones, papa fee, kai national so. Main office no other braka on the rock this cinema. Ena a share anymore. One will be a Osu, Oxford Street, Obi or Circle, a Unauthorized, Obi or Medina, dear no a post office, Obi or Hachu main station. Emiaya no Edorso, La Paz, a honso so unsa Ebeka Franco, but what the NSF free, baby a Wijinano. Your director no acquire outlet I will name no more. Free 0555 939311 0555 939311. Midin Ediao Abufa Boache may sponsor the Oli Franco Trading Enterprise. Asida ayo modia open phone at se bibia te sa no ato problem ba ho assign fabra with your receipt. Ebeboa na yetimi asolve problem no Edia ma. Sabik no edin komo. One is your wish if free Sabri air chrono to make sure say Ghana be
me, I'm not an economist. I'm a reporter, I'm a journalist. But I think say that's the way I don't know. Yes. They should bring the Chinese to come and advise us how to rule this country. I'm telling you, papa. They just say this try error. When am I say you know we are watching. Say you know look, this country needs some fundamental restructuring of the economy. Somewhere because it's the same story, it's the same narrative, it's the same Nyama will do every day, and that is changing. Nancy and Dr. Bomia, this is gold for oil initiative by na boye. How long has this country been producing gold? No gold, me and the Bank of Ghana.
Yeah, Brennason.
Oh, yes, yeah. And to know any business as usual, I say Ghana you want to focus on maybe it's a technology cry. I think say boy going forward. But honestly, mother, I'm a Ghana.
Oh, bre.
Papa. I'm a Ghana.
It's only Kencity Agyapong who can rescue MPP from the hands of the NDC and President Mahama. Really, if you want power, let's get connected. But that's a parcel. Sabik?
Yeah.
But that's all right. Thanks for coming. Uncle Pon and Kan Mo and so and the Casa. Midin Edia Amufa Boachi. Production team Yana Mwase, Elikem, Mameno Ase, Mena Focus Ase, Elda Kwesininsi, Yana Wase. Bente, Charlie, Mo, any Juma, Yan Fast Dance, Soma Ejano, and one ma MCR. Yana Mwase, say Monso Moboy, and I want to boy or radio, Yana will be asked. But yeah, can we see a program Sakanina? No air twaso kai say na 2 TV or man FM FM na radio and Kencity Media meeting Electoral. I'm for watching. I may have more channel pay this year.